minute. My office is knee-deep in paperwork. I've got an appointment at 11 o'clock I can't miss. And I'm sure I'll hear from Jeremiah again.
If you go out that door today, you're crazy.
Why?
I just read your horoscope, and it's a very bad day for Scorpios, especially if their moon is in Taurus.
I don't believe in any of that.
Well, why not?
Because I'm a Scorpio, and Scorpios are skeptical. Where were you?
I was up by your house. I was waiting across the street.
This? Where's my car?
Well, sir, this is now your car. It's the budget cut. Now, the gas savings alone.
All right. There.
There. See, it does.
Good. The next cutback is going to be the size of the police commissioner.
Well, sir, we're a little bit early, but there he is.
Wait here. I told him I'd meet him alone.
It looks like the impact killed him, sir, when the car hit the water.
Anything unusual found in the car?
No, sir, just an empty briefcase.
All right, let's get over to Patterson's
Your
office
office told me
right
I'd
now.
find you here.
Hello, Marietta.
Don't you hi Marietta me, we're late.
Late?
Yes. Didn't the mayor tell you?
No.
He told me I was to drag you there if you didn't come of your own
Marietta,
free will.
I'm investigating a murder.
Murder of the city, that's what.
DiMaggio,
DiMaggio?
No relation.
get the mayor on the phone.
Yes, sir.
Everybody's
Marietta,
there.
you see that wet car?
200
We just pulled it.
people
I
are
don't
waiting
care if there's
for you.
2,000.
Sir, the mayor.
Bill,
Tell him I'm here.
will you tell Marietta Galway I can't possibly...
Of course you can. You can do anything you want to. You're the commissioner.
I can't. The key witness against Patterson just went in the drink.
Oh, Bill is a dear, but just hang up.
Shh. Then get the deputy mayor to take her
200
problem.
people are waiting for him.
Bill, listen.
DiMaggio. Must be a member of the...
All right.
Oh, Stuart, come on. I've got the taxi waiting.
DiMaggio.
Yes, sir.
I want that car checked in the lab from stem to stern.
All right, Stuart, you're a dear.
And pick me up.
You bet.
The impending destruction of the historic old Sanders Street public market to make way for a police station. Oh, I'm very happy to present Commissioner Stuart McMillan, our police commissioner. No, I'm not. It's all his fault. If the police commissioner hadn't thrust a dagger into the heart of the city and twisted it around. Commissioner Stuart McMillan.
All of you love San Francisco, old San Francisco, and so do I. But new San Francisco is rising like a fine souffle. And you can't make a souffle without breaking eggs.
But you don't need to break the hearts of all.
Now, if you'll look at that map over there, you'll see that the only place large enough for a police station in the 5th precinct is, I'm sorry to say, that old market.
Patterson's office, right?
Right.
So how'd it go?
How long you been with me, Sergeant?
Oh, about 3 weeks, sir, ever since Sergeant Enright became Lieutenant Enright.
In another 3 weeks, you'll know that when public relations gets in the way of police business, you won't have to ask how it went.
At 11 a.m. I was in this office meeting with some architects, 5 or 6 of them.
No doubt. And you probably had to ask them the time while you were taking a pill or making a call to Mexico City. Patterson, I want to know where you were all morning. 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
Did I hear wrong? I thought you said Mulvaney drove into the bay at 11.
Mulvaney was killed earlier. The car was rigged to take a dive.
You're kidding. You're not kidding.
You're the one he was going to testify against. You're the only one with a motive.
I'm the one who wasn't there.
I've got the car in the lab.
If the lab says the car's clean, then Mulvaney took the dive on his own. He was depressed.
On the contrary, Mulvaney was feeling quite social, ready to party with 23 guys. The grand jury investigating you. Crooked building inspector murdered before he could pull the chain on a crooked contractor. How does that grab you?
Relax, Commissioner. Have a touch of the grape. Then go out, figure how I pushed Mulvaney in the bay when I was here 5 miles away. Hey, don't get sore.
Call the man a murderer and he offers me a drink.
Sir,
I want that coroner's report,
Yes,
and I want
sir.
to go over that car personally.
Right away, sir.
Where's my car?
Well, sir, that's what I was trying to explain to you. We don't have it. It was stolen.
It was stolen.
Yes, sir.
Where were you?
I went for pizza.
You went for a pizza.
Yes, sir.
Did you report it?
Oh, yeah, it's on the wires.
Oh, good.
Oh, but before I went to get the pizza, your secretary called.
Don't tell me. The IRS is going to give me an audit.
No, sir.
I'm due at the dentist.
No, sir.
I'm overdrawn at the bank.
No, sir.
Well, what is it then?
Well, a woman called your office from the airport in some kind of trouble.
Oh, who? Marietta?
No, name of, Ellen Mandrake.
Ellen Mandrake. Old friend.
Oh.
So was her father. Call me a cab.
Yes, sir. Oh, taxi! Taxi! Oh! Bye.
Western National, flight number 202, is now boarding at gate 3. Western National, flight 202, is now boarding at gate 3. Global Airways flight number 30 for New York is ready for departure at gate 2. Global Airways flight number 30 for New York is ready for departure at gate 2.
Mac.
Hello, Ella.
Mac. Oh, it's so good to see you.
Good to see you.
You look okay, are you?
I'm fine.
Oh, good.
How's your father?
Oh, he's just fine. He talks about you every now and then. You know, I think you were his favorite student.
I know he was my favorite teacher.
Oh, he'll be so pleased that I ran into you. What a coincidence.
Coincidence? My secretary called, said you were in trouble.
No, having trouble finding a hotel room.
Oh.
I'm in town for a trade show, and, well, I thought maybe you might have some... Oh, Mac, I didn't mean for you to come all the way out here.
Not at all. You're the first good thing that's happened to me all day.
Thanks. Do you think maybe you could make a phone call to the hotel?
You mean, would they have room for the commissioner? Maybe.
Western National
Oh,
flight
you-
number
here.
64 for Hawaii is now arriving at gate 5.
Thank you.
Western National flight number 64 for Hawaii is now arriving at gate 5.
You know, I don't recall your father ever calling a hotel room when I stopped at your doorstep with my sea bag and $3 in my pocket. Agatha, me. Make up the spare room.
Oh, no, Mac.
Can, and I
can't.
insist.
Not
yes,
for a
we have a
whole
guest. We'll
week.
be right there. Bye.
Mac, you're a dream. And you always were. You and Sally.
Where's your luggage?
Here.
He'll be here any minute, bringing in a house guest. Good. He needs keeping busy.
Yeah, I think you're right, Agatha. But you know, I never noticed him down or anything like that.
You won't. You know, I've been here over a year now. Since a week after Mrs. McMillan, the plane crash. And you know, you'd never guess how he felt unless you came on him and he thought he was alone.
Well, I think he's coming along just fine. Shh, I think he's here.
Who's that, Charlie? Who's coming along fine?
DiMaggio, sir. I think he's just about broken in.
Well, he only had my car stolen once. Ellen, this is Charlie Enright, once my assistant. Agatha,
do?
my housekeeper.
Hello.
Ellen Mandrake.
Come on, honey. I just put some fresh straw on your nest. Come on.
Agatha.
What a lovely room.
Between us, the other bed's more comfortable.
What happened to the commissioner's other housekeeper?
Oh, my sister Mildred. She inherited a diner and moved east. What do you do?
I'm a sales rep for a luggage firm.
Oh, glad to hear that. It says here, Ellen Mandrake, suedes and leather. I thought maybe you were kinky.
Agatha.
Did you ever wear yellow? You could get lucky with yellow.
Where's DiMaggio?
Oh, he's out tracking down your car, sir, so I came over with the autopsy report on Mulvaney.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and there was a phone call from that weirdo, Jeremiah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you want me to do something about that, sir?
No. Waiters get bunions. Police commissioners get threats. This report is inconclusive.
Well, it says that Mulvaney didn't drown, that he was killed by a blow to the head. Now, that supports your theory, according to DiMaggio.
Theory. That car whipped right past me, and that man looked dead, which is no evidence. Doc Bain says he died from a blow on the head, which could have happened when he hit the water or before. And unfortunately for my theory, the crime lab says the car was not rigged. Absolutely normal.
But you and DiMaggio saw the car start up, drive toward the water, with no one around it.
Which, added to an unrigged car, means that Mulvaney was driving. Now, how does a dead man do that? How did Patterson manage it?
I don't know, sir. But we'll figure it out. You'll figure it out, or you and DiMaggio will figure it out. How's DiMaggio doing?
Oh, he's just fine. You really picked a good one.
Well, that's terrific.
Don't you like your new job? Assistant chief of plans and personnel?
Oh, sure I do. Challenge, responsibility, money, a desk. It's a little lonely at the top. I really wish I was back here working with you, sir.
Yeah, we had a lot of laughs. Exciting times. We all miss you, Charlie.
No, I miss you. Ditto, darn it.
George,
Commissioner, having fun?
congratulations. You guys did a first-rate job.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Excuse me.
Sir.
Stay on the bus, forget about us, put the blame on me. If I don't see a yellow ribbon round the old tree.
I knew if there was a piano any place, you'd be at it.
Mac.
I know this is my line of duty, but what are you doing here?
Ted brought me. Theodore Jenner, Stuart McMillan, my host.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Ted provides most of the hides for our line.
All quality hides.
Ted. Oh, Ted. Folks want some tickets?
I'm sorry. I'll be back in just a minute.
Isn't that the song your father used to play?
Yes, and poorly.
Pack up all my care and woe, here I go, singing low. Bye, bye, blackbird.
You're not singing. Come on, Mac. Mac, come on, sing with me. Right here.
Bye, blackbird. No one here can love and understand me. Oh, what hard luck stories they all hand me. Make my bed and light the light. I'll arrive late tonight. I drink.
Here we are, right here. Cheers. The guy who put this up thought he was going to be a tropical fish wholesaler, but a bankruptcy convinced him to be a saloon keeper.
Well, if all else fails, we can always have a few laughs by staring back at our finny friends.
Look over here.
Mac, look, there's a piranha. I've never seen one.
Neither have I. They don't look dangerous.
Neither do you. The Venus flytrap, the coral snake, attractive but potentially lethal, like a police commissioner. You are the,
Stuart McMillan. Ellen Mandrake.
how do you do?
How do you do?
Philip Bainbridge.
I'm gonna find Ted and the buffet. Excuse me.
See you later.
Bye. She'll find out. The only fresh protein here is swimming in these tanks.
You here for the luggage conductor?
No, not exactly. I'm in personal service.
Personal service.
Yes, I'm an expediter. I handle problem areas, take care of surplus personnel.
I've been a cop too long. Sounds like a hitman.
Oh, I hate that term. It's like calling Nureyev a hoofer or Freud a shrink.
I trust you're here on a vacation.
No, I'm afraid not.
Do you always check with the police commissioner when you hit a city?
No, I've never done that before. But, I have to do something to put a little zing in the work. These past few years, things... I'm not boring you, am I?
Not really.
Of course, some of the challenge comes from what we used to call in platform diving the difficulty factor of the target.
And who is the target? But then I don't suppose you'd care to tell me who that is.
Why not? And when I've decided on a method, I'll let you know that as well.
And the target?
It's you, Commissioner.
Will somebody get that? I'm on eggs and toast and coffee.
What's a three-letter word for table scraps?
Ort.
What's this, breakfast for 10?
Well, that girl's a little skinny. I thought if I build her up a little bit, you might, yeah, well.
Yes?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking for apartment 2.
This is it. Who do you want?
Oh, well, you wouldn't know. Ellen Mandrake.
Yeah, this is the place. Come in.
It is?
Yes, I'll see if she's out of bed.
Oh, please don't go to any, your relative.
No, just a friend. Come in.
Well, she and I, tonight, we had a... Oh, but I was just on my way to the trade show, and I thought maybe she'd want a lift. You're her boss.
Oh, just a friend.
I interrupted. Just tell her that when she gets out of bed, or before, Jack Fillmore can't make it tonight.
Mr. Fillmore.
Morning, Mac. Agatha.
Good morning.
Thank you. Did you sleep okay?
Bed's marvelous.
Oh, a man named Jack Fillmore just came by. Said to tell you he can't make it tonight.
I left this address at his hotel. He was supposed to pick me up.
And you also forgot to tell him that if a man answers, don't go away mad.
Oh, dear. Jack was one of my best customers. Worse than that, I'm stuck with 2 tickets to the expanding universe.
What?
A rock group.
Oh.
Look at you two. Like you've been having breakfast together for years.
Agatha, I can get you a job with an elderly recluse who throws jelly bread at the walls.
What'd I do?
Mac, you wouldn't happen to be free tonight about 9 o'clock?
No, I've got some paperwork to catch up with. Where?
Civic Auditorium.
I gotta get dressed. See you then.
See? I told you yellow was lucky.
Agatha, this is orange.
Well, that's good, too.
The Howland Building. Find out anything about Bainbridge?
The man who threatened you at the aquarium, yes, sir. No arrest record anywhere we can find.
Yeah. Probably just another harmless crank.
I'm afraid not, sir. No arrest record, but Scotland Yard tried. So did Interpol and the police in Miami, Houston.
Well, if there's no arrest record, then why?
Well, apparently when things happened, he was around. You know, in Manchester, when that milling magnate fell into the machinery, he was working in the plant. And then he was water skiing in Nassau when that French ambassador, what's his name?
Oh, Duval.
Duval, right, when he was cut in half by a drawbridge. And then the poisoning in Minneapolis, an electronics man. And a politician in Phoenix was bitten by a rattlesnake in his bedroom. Want to hear more?
No. Sounds like an all-around sportsman to me.
You know, it's funny. There's no method of operation here. Every crime is different.
An artist never does 2 jobs alike.
Oh, sir, Lieutenant Enright's putting 2 men on you around the clock.
Call it off. If that would do any good, Bainbridge wouldn't have warned me.
Whatever you say, sir.
Were any of those victims warned?
Not that we know of. Sir, are you in any danger?
Maybe from your brother-in-law's car, but not from Bainbridge. He told me once he figured out a plan, he'd let me know. So until he does, I'm not going to worry about it.
Count on that, sir?
You can count on him. Philip Bainbridge is a game player. Once he sets the rules, he has to play by them.
I got tenants waiting to move in. And it's costing me $6,000 a day to carry this building empty. Look, you're the building inspector. It's your responsibility. I want my CO, and I want it now.
And I say you don't get your certificate of occupancy as long as the windows keep popping out of this place.
That's police business.
It is when the police have to close the streets, which they've done twice already.
I'm putting double seals on the windows.
Let me know when you're through.
Meanwhile, give me my CO. Let my people start moving in.
That has been done, Mac.
Not as long as this building is a hazard.
Yeah, and not as long as it happens to be owned by somebody you've got it in for, right? You think that I put Mulvaney in the drink, and it bothers you that I was across town when it happened.
I'll tell you what. You start with your seals, street side first. So what are we talking about?
Thursday.
All right, so we have a meeting Thursday. Get your safety people here, and if everything's satisfactory, he gets a certificate. Fair enough?
Thanks a lot.
That has got to be the baldest tire in town.
Well, actually, it's a slow leak. See, my brother-in-law's not much on maintenance.
No, it's not the baldest tire in town.
Well, you know, they don't call him Gino the Cheat for nothing.
What kind of insurance does Gino have?
Oh, the best. My cousin Tony's a great salesman.
Hello, Commissioner. I've found in my travels that shoes shined across the street from police headquarters are unexcelled for quality, service, and price.
Yes, Pepe is an artist. But, that's not what made you choose this location.
It's not.
How many times did you have to shine these before I showed up, Pepe?
Only twice. Well done. I did want to see you, and I don't like to go into police stations.
You should get over that. You might be able to suffocate me in a roll-top desk.
Do you have a roll-top desk?
No, you'd have to bring it with you. What did you want to see me about?
I was wondering if you could have dinner with me tonight.
We'll have to make it early. Say 6:30.
Fine. My plan for you is almost worked out. I want to tell you about it. What's a good place for salmon and king crab?
Falaise?
Decent cellar?
Or seafood?
6:30 then. I'd like 2 dozen trumpeter lilies, please.
Oh, they're out of season.
Well, surely not everywhere.
Well, New Orleans.
We'll fly them in. I'd like 2 dozen a day until I say stop. Credit card be all right?
That'd be fine.
Without flowers, what's a hotel room?
Or a funeral. How much is this?
$18.95. Put them on my bill.
Sure.
$6:30.
I mean, who wants to eat alone? But dinner with a man who's out to kill you and says so? Honestly.
Maggie's right, sir.
Oh, by the way, Marietta Galway called.
Yeah, terrific. Well, on second thought, if it could lead us to his employer,
No, you find the employer after you nail the hired hand.
Yes, sir. Have you read the Bainbridge material?
Yeah. Every case different. Every weapon, too. But there seems to be a pattern. He always gets involved in his victim's life. Business associate, tennis partner, chauffeur, goes out with a daughter.
By the way, did I tell you Mario
Yes,
to
you
go
did.
away? Commissioner McMillan's office. It's Jeremiah. You know, the one who's been calling all these months.
Hello? He hung up.
He never stays on long. He's afraid of a trace.
Commissioner, why don't you let me put a trace box in here?
Because I don't overreact to cranks. Except maybe there might be a connection. Yeah, Charlie, go ahead.
Thank you.
Hello? Oh, yeah, Max. I'll be right there. Max Braun from the crime lab says he found something in the car they fished out of the bay. Do you think if I asked Bainbridge nicely, he'd put my contract on hold so I could put a nail on Patterson?
Maggie, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
He's never been up against anyone tougher.
Well, we can't let him go out there alone.
And he'd never let us.
So we don't ask.
Does DiMaggio work nights?
He does tonight.
I thought you said the car was clean.
It was, Commissioner, but you were so sure. Well, I got to thinking about the briefcase. It was empty, you see. Now, why would a man want to carry an empty briefcase?
To pick up something, only he got killed first.
There were no fingerprints, Mac. None. Not even under the handle. We always find fingerprints under the handle and on the lock. It was wiped clean. Funny.
Funny.
Well, I went over that briefcase the way the controller goes over your budget, and I found something. Here, take a look inside. No, hold it up to the light. There. You see 4 tiny holes in the bottom?
Yeah. What made them? Ice pick? Church key? Nail?
That's just it. Those holes were made by a sharp instrument not designed for making holes. They're irregular, go in slightly different directions, sort of bent.
Bent?
And I wondered, what are they for? Wires, maybe, leading to the car's starter motor with a timing device? Only
where are they? Wires? Batteries? Starter? Can't make them out of sugar, can you?
No, sir. Do you have any ideas?
No. But I'm having dinner with an expert.
4 holes, huh? It's an interesting problem. I'll give it some thought. Try and come up with an answer.
During my lifetime, I trust.
Right now, my business needs my full attention.
That complicated, huh?
Well, if I'd wanted an orderly existence, I'd have bought into a fried chicken franchise.
A quiet life calls for just as much courage and character.
True. My admiration is boundless for the man who day after day can look tranquility in the eye. Why put this splendid Batard Montclair in the hands of an imposter?
Beg your pardon?
Isn't that Sergeant DiMaggio, then?
No relation.
If you ever play this part again, try to present the pulled cork with the bottle.
Thank you.
Really, Commissioner? Did you think I was going to poison you over the cafe filter?
I mean, he wasn't my idea.
Although I do vaguely recall a man killed by an exploding espresso machine.
You should recall that clearly. We were sitting at the next table.
You do your homework.
You bet.
Well, shall we dispatch the sergeant for a bottle of Chateau d'Yquem 55?
You have a generous employer.
No, I'm simply trying to pick a wine suiting to the challenge.
Very flattering. Are you trying to blush me to death, or is it something else? Okay. Your plan.
I thought you'd never ask. It's going to be a first for me, Mac. And I find the prospect exciting. I'm going to kill you in self-defense. That way there'll be no sneaking around, no alibi to go wrong, nothing.
I could write a letter.
Yes. And you could arrest me right now. I assume threatening a police commissioner is a crime here.
That's right.
But you're McMillan. You don't write a letter or arrest someone when they threaten you. You have pride. Too much pride.
Too much pride to let you get away with it.
You're not going to let me get away with anything, Mac. But I am going to do it.
No way.
That's it. 2 men, each determined to win the game, and for high stakes.
On both sides.
Let's toast the winner. Sergeant, the wine list, please.
Thanks for the company, Mac. You know, you weren't very good company.
I know. I'm sorry.
Was it the music?
No.
Me?
No, it wasn't you, Ellen. I'm just a little preoccupied. Police business.
Well, I guess I can't do anything about that. So, I'll say good night.
Good night. See you in the morning.
Well, did you young people have a nice time? Did you? She's in bed already? Well, couldn't have been an evening for the old memory book.
Why would a killer tell his victim of his plans?
Listen, I don't ask you about the washing cycle, so don't give me your cops and robbers stuff.
Agatha, I can't find my nightgown.
Now you're talking.
Agatha, did you?
Did I what?
Did you put her nightgown in my bedroom?
You know, if you put your mind to it, you could have a dirty one.
Morning, Mac.
Morning.
Sleep okay?
Not great.
Sorry. Oh, Mac. I want to give a small thank you party for some customers tonight. Do you know where I can get a private room with a decent bar?
Well, I'm sure any of the good hotels. And this is a decent bar. Why not have them here? I love parties. Lots of people. I have to go to a budget meeting, but
You promise to drop by afterwards?
sure.
In that case, okay. Thanks, Mac. See you tonight.
You two are never going to get together if you don't even eat together.
Love will find a way.
Look, you're a Scorpio and she's Libra. Now, that makes a very good combination. Unless she's not on the cusp. Do you happen to know if she's on the cusp?
I'm going to hit you on the cusp in a minute.
I'll get the door.
Phone. Hello?
Ellen,
Good morning, Agatha.
Good morning.
hear me well, McMillan. You deserve to die.
We have a bad connection. You'll have to speak slower. Marietta, call the office and have them trace this call. Hurry up. Are you sure you have the right number? Which McMillan do you want?
Police Commissioner Stuart McMillan.
Yes, this is he.
This is Jeremiah. Here's today's message. Injustice is easy to bear. What stings is absolute justice.
Why, that's wonderful. Ambrose Bierce, isn't it?
Not to my knowledge.
Mark Twain, perhaps. Yes, it was Mark Twain. Let me see. He said that...
We've talked long enough.
The report will go to your office.
Good.
About the police station.
Call my secretary. I haven't got time.
I've got a marvelous idea how to save the market. Put the police station in the bay. On a barge.
That's wonderful. Agatha, get her some coffee.
Cream and sugar.
Anything?
No, not yet. You're late.
Had to take a taxi. Where's DiMaggio?
I don't know.
Can you type?
You're getting edgy. You really think Patterson pushed Mulvaney into the bay?
Yes, but I have two problems. One, I can't prove it, and two, I don't know how he did it. Maybe that's one problem.
Well, Enright found 2 witnesses who saw them together that morning.
What time?
That's the bad news. Just before 9. That's 2 hours before...
I know when it happened. Any other calls?
Ah, you are edgy. No other calls.
Did Philip Bainbridge call?
No.
Damn.
That bothers you?
Yes, it bothers me. Yes?
Jeremiah, sir, I got the report on him. Let's go.
Where to?
Berkeley, sir.
Berkeley.
This Jeremiah guy turns out to be an English professor by the name of Charles Whalen.
What's his beef with me? Bad grammar?
No, sir.
His son was picked up about 6 months back on a suspicion of robbery, and it seems he hanged himself in his holding cell.
Well, I could unhinge anybody.
I know, but why blame the police commissioner?
Well, who's he going to blame? The fire commissioner?
What can I say? I'm sorry. I am truly sorry that it happened. But it's over. I mean, it is over. Now that I see you, you're a person, not just a name, a voice. No, it's all over with. But you see, I did have this compulsion.
Mr. Whalen, would you be willing to see a psychiatrist?
I've already made an appointment with the university
All right, I want that
psychiatric...
appointment kept, and I want the psychiatrist to confirm to my office when you've begun therapy. It's dangerous business, you know, threatening to kill somebody.
Well, I didn't do that. Oh, I couldn't. What I said was, you deserved to die. Now, there is a difference.
Maybe to an English professor.
Well, I simply couldn't kill anyone. I couldn't do it.
Sometimes people who can't hire somebody else.
What?
A hired killer, a hitman.
I am an associate professor, Commissioner. I can't even afford a gardener.
I don't know about that.
So how long are you going to be here?
Just a few more days.
Hi.
Hi. Ladies and gentlemen, your police commissioner
This a raid?
and host, Stuart McMillan.
Hello, everybody. Welcome aboard.
Come on, I'll get you a drink. I'm not going to introduce you to everyone because it's too late for you to remember their names anyway.
Scotch and soda. Tall.
Hello, Mac.
Hello, Philip.
That's right, you two have met.
This is the first time today.
This is great fun. My kind of party.
A surprise party.
I mean, spur of the moment. Sort of evening when you don't know where the excitement's coming from next.
You'll think of something.
I have. Too many drinks. Joke that goes wrong. A sudden outburst. But those are tired tricks. Not worthy of my opponent.
There's one trick I'd like explained. How did you get in here?
I'd tell you, Mac, but then you'd never buy a copy of my memoirs. But then you won't anyway. My apologies to you all. Very big day tomorrow. Good night. All.
Some party last night. I slept the last one out at 2:30.
Is that what time it was?
That Bainbridge, you know the one that left early? Now, that's what I call a fun person.
Oh, yeah. A million laughs.
You're not many yourself today.
What was Bainbridge doing here last night?
First, you say good morning.
I'm sorry. Good morning.
Good morning.
What was he doing here?
Wasn't that weird? After running into him twice, Ray Brackett invited him.
Who?
Buyer for a big chain. She asked me if she could bring somebody.
How come he went home without her?
They came in separate cars. Ray's a night owl. Maybe he got tired.
Where did she meet him?
I don't know. Look, Max, she's a friendly soul, and I think he's rather charming.
He went for his lineup.
he went for mine. Matched leather suitcases. He ordered a set with his initials for my brochure.
I didn't know you were into retail business.
Only his very special favor.
Well, I hope he paid you up front.
Cash, as a matter of fact. He said he needed them for his business.
What business?
Don't you know?
No.
That's funny. I was sure he said you did.
Well, I don't. What else did you talk about?
What is this, a third degree? Will you stop being such a grouch and have breakfast with me? We owe it to Agatha.
A set of matched luggage?
Well, a killer would need a complete set. It's not like the old days when you could stuff a whole body into a steamer trunk.
Sergeant DiMaggio.
Sorry, I was just thinking out loud.
If he was planning to pack me in suitcases, would he order them with his initials?
He's got a lot of style.
You two are the most ghoulish.
And why did he go to all that trouble to be invited to my house?
Well, sir, maybe he was just trying to annoy you.
Well, if he was, it worked.
It sure did. Did you tell Ellen Mandrake about Bainbridge?
No, I don't want her to worry about me.
Ah, good morning, everybody. Oh, thank you, Maggie. Well, I've got something.
On Bainbridge?
No, sir.
Holes in the briefcase?
No, sir. The English professor Wayland. He's poor, isn't he?
Well, he said he can't even afford a gardener.
He can afford to buy a whole platoon of gardeners.
Oh, I think he's harmless.
Maybe, sir, but he's also rich. Not much money in the Berkeley account, but $300,000 in a San Francisco account and over $500,000 in securities.
He lied to us.
I think we'll have a little chat with him.
Don't forget the Howland building, Patterson's windows.
I know my schedule.
You're only upset because of Bainbridge. He's trying to kill you, Commissioner, not me. Yet.
Coming, Charlie?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Whalen, when I was here last, you led me to believe you were comparatively poor.
That's right.
You're a liar.
Mr. Whalen, would you like us to read to you your securities portfolio?
Why? Why conceal the fact that you could have easily hired somebody to kill me?
No, no. Commissioner, I didn't tell you about my fortune because of the way I acquired it.
Which was?
In strictest confidence?
Depends. Was it unlawful?
No, no. Just disgraceful. I am Louise Dunster Devon.
What? Commissioner, he wrote the Harry Hotspur novels.
Not only the Harry Hotspur, but the Duchess of Corsica books and the Pirates of the Indies series. Scores of books. Each one more execrable than the one before. And all wildly successful. Commissioner, I am an academician, an English teacher, a candidate for the presidency of the Alcott Society. What would happen to me if it became known that I wrote such lines as, her bosom heaved beneath its silken confinement?
Commissioner, you must have read The Duchess of Corsica. It was the Duchess, sir, who said, once a page, always a page. But once a night...
I get it, Sergeant.
Lieutenant, sir. I'm a lieutenant now.
Oh, yeah.
It's terrific. You've got no objection.
Not at all.
Sorry I'm late. I didn't want to park too near the building.
Don't start up, Commissioner. We've got this all worked out.
He's right, Mac. We put his double seal through some stress tests.
Your engineer satisfied?
He just said that. Come on, can we wind this up? I've kept an important visitor waiting for 40 minutes.
I don't care if this takes 40 days. This is public safety.
You almost finished in here, Patterson? Mac, what are you doing here?
Go on with your meeting. I'd like to talk to this man. It's after 11. Where have you been keeping yourself? What the hell are you doing here?
Placing my banderillas.
This far west of Madrid?
Before the matador begins his cape work, the bull has to be enraged. broken down a bit by a series of thrusts with long darts. It's painful, maddening, but not fatal. You are maddened. Brave bull. Olé.
Perfect. I almost wrote the headlines myself. Crazed police commissioner attacks visitor. In front of witnesses.
You said it.
I suppose you know enough karate to throw me over the side in self-defense.
I might have.
Well, then why didn't you?
We haven't gotten to that yet. First the cape work, then the banderillas, then the picadors, then the muleta and the sword. Have patience, Mac. We're getting there.
Hi.
Hi.
Big buyer?
No, I went to the theater with the competition.
Have any fun?
Well, if the product is as good as the people, I'll be in big trouble.
So you didn't notice any glasses this afternoon? I've been looking for them all evening.
No glasses. So that's why my dress escaped your attention.
Well, they're only for reading. I like the dress, especially how it's displayed.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Ellen. I've been lousy company this past week.
You haven't. I know there've been a lot of pressures.
Whatever they were, they'd be worse without you.
Commissioner, I know I agreed to change my weekend off because of your guest,
I appreciate
but
that.
I decided not to. Three's a crowd. You know what I mean? Bye.
Where were we?
I don't remember, but let's not start with square one again.
Excuse me. Why don't you make us another drink? How about square two? Hello?
Commissioner, this is Charlie.
What's up?
Well, I'm sorry to disturb you at this hour, sir. It's, well, we had a tale on Philip Bainbridge tonight.
And?
Is Ellen Mandrake with you?
Yeah, why?
Can she hear you?
No.
Well, sir, Bainbridge went to the Schubert Theater tonight. He met Ellen Mandrake there. And, well, they walked down the aisle together and they sat in adjoining seats.
Are you suggesting she's an accomplice of his?
No, sir, I'm not suggesting anything.
Because it's out of the question. I don't know what went on at the theater, but the idea of her working with him's impossible.
Well, you know better than me, sir.
Good night.
Is that the right music for square two?
Ellen, at the theater tonight, was Philip Bainbridge with you?
I started to tell you. Mackie was there.
But you were there with business friends. How could he?
I tried to tell you all of this. Mac, what is this about Bainbridge? Is this another third degree?
I have to get something straight. He was in your party?
No, he just happened to be there.
You didn't sit next to him?
Boy, your friends don't miss a trick, do they? Okay, I ran into him in the lobby. He said hello, I said hello. We walked in together. He had a single, the seat to the right of mine.
And your friends?
They sat to the left of me. Any more questions?
No, I think that's about it.
Good. Because if it's one thing that tires me out, it's sitting under the hot lights and being grilled. Good night.
Hello.
Hello, Mac. Philip here. Did I catch you at a bad time?
Very.
Well, I won't keep you then. I just wanted you to know that it's time.
What?
We've done the banderillas and the muleta. It's time for the sword.
Say, didn't you tell me Philip Bainbridge has a lot of flowers in his hotel room?
Yeah, 2 dozen a day.
Yeah, well, he doesn't. Not one. Not a one. We've got him staked out at his hotel. And he ordered up a big lunch from room service, and one of our people took it up. And there were no flowers, I asked.
What's he doing now?
Having a big lunch. Oh, no, lunch. Look, I promised my mom, would you like to join us?
Oh, no, I have a couple of things to work out.
Well, you can work them out there. It's just gonna be a quiet family lunch.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Get you some more vino, Commissioner?
Oh, no more. 2 dozen a day.
2 dozen a day.
Yeah. 2 dozen a day.
Is anything wrong, Commissioner?
No, Mrs. DiMaggio. Mrs. DiMaggio, I must apologize for not giving this splendid meal the attention it deserves. My mind has been elsewhere through no fault of any of yours. My cup is empty, but my gratitude overflows, and your generous hospitality will remain with me, and your son, too, I hope. I'm delighted to meet your wonderfully large family.
It's too bad. Most of them had to miss it. You know, it's a nice weekend, and everybody goes away.
There's more?
Oh, yes.
Where did you get this cup?
I liberated them from the city.
But don't you see the leaks?
That's it. That's the answer.
Ah, to Bainbridge's flower.
No. Get the car. Mrs. DiMaggio, may I use your telephone?
Anytime, please.
Mr. Patterson, Sergeant DiMaggio.
No relation.
This had better be good.
Here's good. I'm going to tell you how you did it.
Did what?
Sent a corpse into the bay while you were on the other side of town.
You still on that?
Ice. You packed Mulvaney's briefcase with ice, probably from that bar. You leaned the briefcase against the brake pedal. Mulvaney was already dead behind the wheel. Plenty of time for you to get back here to build up your alibi. The ice melts, the brake pedal releases, and the car goes. By the time the car is fished out, the water has already melted the last of the ice. No evidence, except for 4 little holes in the bottom of the briefcase to let the water run out. You know, every time I accuse you of murder, you offer me wine. May I? But how do I open it? You see, I really need the corkscrew. Not just to open the bottle, but spectroscopic examination can usually match the holes to the instrument. DiMaggio.
Yes, sir.
The book.
Yes, sir. So you figure he hired Bainbridge?
I figured it out. He does his own killing.
Well, yes, sir, I know, but you're kind of special, sir. I mean, the police commissioner and all. Hey, can spectroscopic examination really tell?
Ellen,
Mac,
I'm
I
sorry
wanted to
about this.
apologize.
Look,
Is that champagne?
champagne, since it's your last night. And I nailed a murder today. Oh, no more shop talk.
Good. Oh, it's chilled. I'll get the glasses.
Good. And I'll put on a record. Oh, no, I won't.
Mac, I've got it. Ice. Fill the briefcase with ice. Put it on the foot brake. It melts. The holes are so small.
I know. Killer's in jail.
Good. I'd hate to have the solution die with you.
Would you put these down, please? Anywhere will do.
After all that planning, come in here and start blasting.
No. It's going to be just as I said. Self-defense.
You lost me.
You went mad when your girl left you. For me.
My girl? What girl?
Her, Ellen Mandrake.
She's not my girl.
She's been staying here.
Doesn't mean anything.
Who would be more vulnerable than a widower of barely a year? Naturally, a man in your position has to be discreet.
Mac, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't even know him.
Bear with me a moment. It's a lovely story. I'd like you to savor it with me, Mac.
If only briefly.
Very good. There's a similar chaos in my hotel room. You came there a little while ago to drag the errant Ellen back here. We fought.
Did we?
Oh, yes. The scrap started when you found her nightgown there.
And I blamed Agatha. Oh, and during the fight, did I lose a pair of glasses?
And some people say cops are dumb. But let me continue. I followed the two of you back here. I told Ellen she had to choose between us. She chose me. You, Mac, went berserk, as you almost did on the
terrace of the Holland building.
With 4 witnesses. Frankly, Mac, this whole business has unhinged you. Sending policemen to spy on me with the lame story that I told you I was going to kill you. Unbelievable. But if you were losing your girl, only a year after losing your...
What about the party? You brought another woman here.
Well, it's a cover-up, naturally. I don't escort your girl to your place. And when you sensed what was going on, you sent me home. Just when the party was beginning. Poor sportsmanship, Mac. Quite unlike you. A small point. I took Ellen to the theater.
I didn't go.
We came together, we sat together, we left together.
What about the tickets?
They were bought separately indeed. And if it comes out, people will say, how sly of them to have arranged it. Then there's the matter of the flowers that I sent to Ellen. I must have been deeply smitten. 2 dozen a day.
And out of season.
I didn't get them.
No, but there were 2 dozen in the trash here every morning. The sanitation men may remember.
You put them there.
Of course. In any case, those will survive. And the florist's records will show. And the cards, of course. 5 of them. Each more amorous than the last. 4 to go in your purse. The 5th is in the box. And your gift to me, how generous.
Matched luggage. Initialed.
He paid.
And he paid cash.
That I did. But now it's time to move on to the last act of our little drama. I arrive. Ellen chooses. Mac, half crazed, threatens me with his police 38. Have you noticed this is yours?
Is it?
Come on, Mac. You knew that. That's why you so calmly led me through my story. I found it in your bedside drawer.
An obvious place.
The obvious place, which set off an alarm in my intelligence center. I'm sorry, Mac. I took out the blanks you were kind enough to provide and loaded it with the real article. But I digress. We struggle for the gun. A shot goes wild. It kills Ellen. I'm sorry, Ellen. But as Mac put it, you can't make a souffle without breaking eggs. The second shot kills you, Mac. Deeply shaken, I called the police. What do you think?
Needs work.
Well, there is an element of risk. But then without the risk, where's the excitement? Mac, it's been a pleasure. I've never played against a worthier opponent. You haven't even asked me who my employer is.
You already told me.
Did I?
Hmm.
Well, then. Goodbye, Ellen.
He can get some rest. We'll call the police later.
Now can we have the champagne?
Sorry.
Mac,
You all right?
would you please explain?
When I put the blanks in the gun, I ground down the firing pin. When I was playing games,
You better plan to be more than one move ahead.
square three?
Oh, yes.
Henrietta Galway, Sergeant DiMaggio.
No relation.
Matt!
Sergeant.
You have the right to remain silent. If you give up the right to remain silent, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to speak.
Stuart McMillan, really?
Why did you hire Philip Bainbridge to kill me?
Whatever gave you such an absurd notion?
From him, less than an hour ago. He reminded me that I once said you had to break eggs to make a souffle. Now, that's a bad line, I admit, but that's how I remember it. I said it once, only once at your meeting. Now, you and I are the only ones who knew I was substituting for the mayor. Only you could have tipped Bainbridge to be there to put the finger on me.
Why would I do such a...
I checked with the Commissioner of Deeds, Marietta. All that land around the old marketplace is yours. You stood to lose a small fortune if my proposals for the police station went through.
Well, certainly I owned all that land around there. I put every dime I had into it 15 years ago. Everybody said I was a fool. Do you know how much that land is worth now?
$2 million.
Try 5. Do you have any idea what that means?
Yes, having me killed. DiMaggio's late.
Mac. Thank you. The week ended perfectly.
You mean with our little visit from Bainbridge?
No.
You know, you've got a lot of guts. I mean, you didn't even act scared when he pointed a gun at you.
Mac, I've known you a while.
Oh.
I figured you had to be one jump ahead of him, and you were.
Here he comes. There he goes. And there's the car.
Well, apparently it was left behind headquarters, and it was teenagers, according to witnesses. And they left you a note on the dash.
Dear McMillan, the city issued you a lulman.
Lemon.
So we squared the head, ground the valves, and shortened the stroke. Now she ought to
Whoa, ho, hey, wait! Ho,
do 60.
wait, come back here!
Well, she should do 60. He'll be back. It'll take a while. So, with our compliments, enjoy yourself. P.S. There might be some slack in the emergency brake. Want a cup of coffee?
Yes.
Sure you don't want a martini?
I'm sure.
What do we have after this, DiMaggio?
11:30 over on Fremont. 12:30 in the mayor's office. 2 o'clock, you meet with the budget committee. 3:30, you're back here for a meeting with Chief Paulson.
Keep bouncing around this city from one side to the other. Who arranged this dumb schedule?
You did, sir.
Oh, well, hey, wait a minute. If I'm seeing Paulson this afternoon, what am I doing here now?
Well, it's the deputy district attorney, sir.
Again?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. Sir, if you could, if you could just smile a little bit during the meeting, it might help.
Smile? All right. I'll smile. Good. This time, the deputy DA is not going to bother me. Look, we've been over this a dozen times. The Pomeroy case is not ready for prosecution.
I think it is.
And it's not your decision, it's mine. And until I say the case is ready, I'm not going to sign it over to you.
What are you trying to cover up, Commissioner? Police inefficiency? Or could it be that out of the 6 district attorneys, I'm the only woman?
Miss Bryant, we have met exactly 3 times. All 3 times you have implied male chauvinism.
Oh.
All 3 times you have waved a banner screaming women's lib. Now, are you a lawyer or are you a professional female agitator?
I'm only trying to get a job done, Commissioner. A job made very difficult by a one-man obstacle course.
What do you want?
Sir, it's 11:30.
Oh, you're right. I'm late.
Of course. What do you do? Tell him to come in here every time the going
If I
gets
didn't
rough?
have to leave right this minute, I would
You
take
would
the,
what?
I would take the deputy district attorney across my knees and give her a good spanking.
Oh.
Thank you. Steve?
Yes, sir?
Sorry about up there. I didn't mean to take it out on you.
Oh, hey, it's all right, sir.
Okay, it's 11:30. What have we got now?
It's Dr. Foreman's office, sir.
The deputy DA and my dentist all in one day?
Well, sir, you know, I don't know what this...
Here, you drive.
All right.
Just take it easy. Okay. All right. Rinse. Take a look.
Cute.
Now tell the truth. Did it hurt?
Not yet.
You want to know the secret?
No.
Millie?
Gentle hands, consummate skill.
And vast quantities of procaine, which will wear off in a couple of hours.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. See you at the poker game tonight?
You ever known me to miss one?
Bring your checkbook.
You bring yours. I'm feeling lucky.
Oh, thank you.
You look just great, Commissioner.
Well, you don't look bad yourself. What are you doing this weekend?
Getting married.
Oh. Whole new porcelain jacket for nothing.
Commissioner, how about next weekend?
I give you the new morality.
Yeah. See you, Wes. I'm late for the mayor.
Tell him to give me a ring. I want to adjust his new bridge work.
I'll do that.
Millie?
Hello, Horace.
How are you, Mac?
A little numb. Your son-in-law just put in a new jacket.
Oh, let me take a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a minute. Huh, you know, the older I get, the better he gets.
I thought you were going to retire.
Oh, no. Even with this bum ticker on mine, I like to come in once or twice a week.
Well, good to see you, Horace.
Keep smiling.
Until the procaine wears off.
Hello, Horace. What's the matter?
I just had a talk with our business manager.
Oh, the Young Street deal, yeah.
Do you honestly think that I would sit by while you borrowed $100,000 against this practice to invest in some harebrained oil scheme?
It's a legitimate setup, Horace.
7 years I've put up with you just because my daughter, misguided though she may have been, loved you. Happily, however, that unfortunate situation has come to an end.
What?
Oh, don't pretend to be surprised. Dick Valentine has already introduced her to a very excellent divorce lawyer.
Well, I admit we've had some trouble, but I never thought she'd be actually serious about wanting a
Oh,
divorce.
she's serious. See, and so am I. Let's say it's over, Wesley. I've bailed you out of your last tight spot. I've paid your last bill. I hold $220,000 in IOUs, and I intend to
I was
collect.
simply trying to diversify, Horace,
One
that's all.
racehorse, $20,000. It drops dead of a heart attack at the second time out of the gate. And that land promotion at Ensenada, $100,000 down the drain.
Did you ever stop long enough to ask yourself why?
I think the word is opportunist.
Well, let me tell you something, Horace. If Lydia had been a wife to me in the real sense of the word, I wouldn't have gone running around trying to become a junior league Howard Hughes.
Now, don't you try to blame this on Lydia.
I didn't bring up our marital problems. You did. So you might as well know the truth. I'm not the one that's been running around. I have been trying to save our marriage.
Are you insinuating?
I'm insinuating nothing. I'm telling you flat out, your daughter is having an affair. I don't know with whom, and I don't care. All I know is that I love her in spite of it, and I'm trying desperately to save this marriage. Not only for our sakes, for yours too, Horace. But if it comes to a divorce, I'm not gonna let you make me out the heavy. Lydia?
I'm in here.
And one final remark about integrity in government. It is a dream as old as utopia, as elusive as men's promises, as unobtainable as a rainbow. And yet it must somehow be obtained if this great republic is to survive. This is Alan Evans. Good night.
Like what you see? Darling?
I didn't hear your car.
Those prices you're not supposed to.
Have you spoken with your father today?
Well, he called early this morning. Why?
He dropped by the office before lunch. We had a rather heated discussion. He said you'd talked to Dick Valentine about a divorce lawyer.
We agreed it was the best thing.
I never agreed to anything. I couldn't.
Look, you're going to find out about this sooner or later.
About your lover? I'm not blind.
I just thought perhaps we could behave like adults.
Lydia, when the papers go through, when I'm gone, all right. It's your life, darling. But don't cut me up into pieces now.
All right.
Lydia, I'm trying to understand. Darling, I don't want to make this any harder for either one of us than it already is. I just want you to know that if anything happens, if you change your mind, I'm here. I'll always be here.
Now you're cutting me up.
You want me to stay at home tonight? We can talk, maybe find out what's wrong.
No, no.
All right, I understand. The game's at Dick Valentine's. If you need me.
Oh, I've been trying to reach you all day. No, there's nothing wrong. It just... I was just wondering if you would mind skipping tonight. I know you're going tomorrow. Oh, all right, all right. Maybe it'd be better if we did talk. No, nothing. I'll see you at 8:30.
I call. Flush.
Aces over sixes, full bolt. Sorry about that, Mac. 9 o'clock, I'm already getting killed.
Yeah, you can already afford it.
Yeah,
all right. Okay, the game is 5-card stud.
Five stars.
Come on, let's go. Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
Short.
Nice little Jake.
Your bet.
Okay, I bet 5.
All right, boys, I'm gonna make you pay for those. I'm gonna bet,
I'd arrest you guys for gambling. I fold.
I fold, too.
The way Wes is playing tonight, it ain't gambling, it's stealing.
Don't ask you, Murray.
Excuse me for living.
How long are you going to be in New York?
Couple of weeks. When I get back, I want to tell Wes about us.
There may not be anything to tell.
What did you say?
I am so confused. He's just been wonderful the last few days. He's been like he was when we first met.
Now listen to me. It's not going to be easy. We love each other, Lydia. And I don't want us sneaking around anymore.
And I don't want to hurt him.
Don't you know you've been married to the guy for 8 years? He doesn't love you. You know that? He's just trying to protect himself.
All right, look, Al. Just give me a little time to work it out. All right?
Come here.
No, I really mean it. I need time to think. I don't feel like it, really.
Lydia, is Leslie in? I just dropped by to... Get out of this house.
Oh, boy.
I'm gonna make a pay for it, boys. That'll be 10.
I don't know.
Or you can fold, or you can bet, or, you know.
You're a lot of laughs tonight, Wes.
I'm losing a fortune. You want me to make jokes?
I may just bump you 5.
Yeah.
Hey.
Come on.
You're getting expensive.
Okay.
Expensive.
Well, I'll see
Don't
then.
let
I'll
him buy
just
it.
keep you.
Keep him honest.
Wes?
It's for you. Oh, thanks.
You want me to play your hand, Wes?
No, fold. Hello?
Please come home. Right away.
Yeah, what is it?
Just come home.
Okay. I'm on my way.
Wes, everything all right?
No, everything's okay. Something come up. I gotta take off. Dick, I'll settle up with you tomorrow, okay?
No problem.
See you guys.
Yeah, see you, man.
Okay, guys.
Come on, deal him
All right,
up.
let's go again.
Let's go.
Okay, let's deal it.
This the restaurant, man?
Yeah.
I'm in.
Morris, what's going on? Lydia? What's happening?
He's dead.
You make me feel like love is just a 4-letter word.
Did you have a good time?
What's that supposed to mean? In a way,
Well, there's more to
I
love.
was playing poker. Just what?
In no way.
What are you watching this time?
Lover will meet again. I never miss it. Oh, look, I got all day to sleep. How much you lose?
You will be both proud and happy to learn that I won $24.
Well, finally broke out of that losing streak. Sergeant DiMaggio will be happy to hear about that. He called about an hour ago.
Does anybody sleep anymore?
It's just that those warts that I was willing to fight for have gotten bigger. I don't want to change you. Please don't misunderstand me. I just want you to make more of
I just figured it out.
with me.
You played all night, so that should come to about $2.75 an hour.
Sergeant DiMaggio, please.
What's the minimum wage for unskilled labor?
Agatha, you have the remarkable talent of turning triumph into a disaster. DiMaggio? Me.
Oh, hello. How much did you... Well, that's better than the last 2 times out, sir.
No. I won $24.
No kidding. Well, that's great, sir.
Probably less than the minimum wage. What's up?
Alan Evans is dead. I was sure you'd want to know. He ran off the road on Route 11 right near the Washburn Crossroads. The chief's out there right now. They're waiting for you. Sir, it was a 1-car accident in dry weather, and I thought that considering it's a prominent citizen...
Yeah, you're right. Okay, pick me up, will you? Guess what? Alan Evans is dead.
The anchor man on the 6 o'clock news?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
It's Route 11.
They shouldn't have bothered you, Commissioner. There's nothing here.
I just heard about it. I was up anyway.
At 5 in the morning? What were you doing? Watching Lover? We'll meet again?
What happened?
Probably a heart attack. Evans ran off the road. Do me a favor. Don't find anything.
It's really a shame, sir.
Yeah.
Young, good-looking guy. Top of the heaps, got everything to live for. 1 minute you're here, next minute, snuff out.
Gesundheit.
Oh. You know, my mother's right. Just let people laugh. Let them laugh. When it rains, you wear a raincoat, wear a hat, rubbers, something. Just stay healthy.
Gesundheit. Lieutenant. Was anything touched in here when Evans was pulled out?
No, sir. We were waiting for you.
That's funny.
What is?
Well, he's driving along and he has a seizure. Loses control of his car and plows into the creek. Now he's either unconscious from the seizure or from the impact, right?
Yes, sir.
Then why is the gear in park?
That's a very good question, sir.
And who turned off the lights? Unless he was driving without them.
That's two good questions, sir.
Well, open and shut, huh?
Chief, do you have Evans' personal effects?
Hello?
This is just a receipt.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you find this?
In his shirt pocket, along with his cigarettes.
Nothing wrong, is there? You know, I retire in 45 days. I mean, this Alan Evans, a well-known guy. Oh, don't tell me we're going to be saddled with a...
I just want to check something out. Come on, monsieur. Gesundheit.
Oh, hi, Mac. What are you doing here? You looking for another poker game, huh?
No, Wes. Oh, this is Sergeant DiMaggio.
Morning.
May we come in?
Oh, sure. Come on in. It's freezing out there. I just made a fresh pot of coffee. Would you like a cup?
Gesundheit. Love some.
Sounds like you're gonna go.
Yes, sir. I did listen to my mother last week when it rained.
Gesundheit.
Hey, how about a little breakfast? I can whip something up and nothing.
No, thank you. Coffee's fine.
Go ahead.
I forgot. Are you supposed to starve a cold and feed a fever, or is it the other way around?
You feed a cold, and you feed a cold English muffins. Hmm?
Oh, no, not for me.
No, there's no problem.
No, I'll just have some coffee.
Okay. Well, what brings you out this way, Mac?
Alan Evans.
Yeah? What about him?
He was found dead this morning out on Route 11.
What, car accident?
Car went off the road. I think it was a heart attack.
I just can't believe it.
When he was here last night, did he mention anything about how he was feeling? Chest pains, for example?
No. I never heard a thing about it. How did you know he was here?
These matches were found in his shirt pocket. Well, he was here last night, wasn't he?
Oh, yes, he was. He must have picked them up off the coffee table. I couldn't swear to that, of course. Well, he was gone before I got back home.
He was here with Lydia?
Yes, social visit. He was in the neighborhood. I've known him for some time. He dropped in. She gave him a brandy, and then he left.
I see. Could I talk with Lydia?
Well, Max, she's asleep right now, and I'd hate to wake her up with something like this.
I'll come back later.
Appreciate it, really. Come on, I'll show you the door.
Thanks.
Sad, isn't it? Heart attack like that, right out of left field. And, you know, the irony is the younger the man, the higher mortality rate.
The autopsy ought to tell us a little bit more.
Autopsy?
Yeah, automatic in a situation like this.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, how's the tooth?
Oh, fine. Had a tuna fish sandwich yesterday before the procaine wore off.
And you bet yourself. I'm sorry, I should have warned you about that.
I'll survive. See you.
Thank you for the coffee.
You know, sir, I just can't help thinking about Alan Evans.
Yeah.
My mother's right. I gotta get a checkup.
Would you drop me off at home first?
Yeah. You know, I had a cousin once. Guy never smoked. He never drank. Terrific athlete, this guy. Worked out all the time. One day, he was just walking down the street. That's it. Went just like that.
Heart attack?
Nope, run over by a bakery truck.
Gesundheit.
Thank you, sir.
Interesting, Commissioner. This man's heart did not attack him. What killed him, though, was the kind of medication that a patient would take to prevent a heart attack. It's called digitalis. In its pure form, it's deadly. However, there's no indication and no evidence of a prior heart condition. And even if there were, it's not likely that he would have taken an overdose. The minimum fatal dose of digitalis is 3 milligrams, and my lab results show 5-6 times that amount in his body.
How long would it take for that much to kill him?
Well, I was just about to say that a minute, 2 minutes at the most.
Any marks on the body?
No, it's clean as a whistle, aside from a deep gash interior of the mouth, right cheek. Probably caused by convulsions just prior to death.
Well, thank you, Johnson. Appreciate the quick report.
Sure. Oh, Commissioner, keep me posted on this one, will you? I've got a theory.
Suicide?
How'd you guess?
Because you can't figure out what I can't figure out, which is, how do you kill a man in his own car out in the middle of nowhere with digitalis, right?
Right.
It's a hell of a good question. Yes?
Commissioner, are you in for the deputy district attorney?
Not necessarily.
I heard that.
I thought you might.
Now, look, Commissioner, you cannot hold on to this Pomeroy case any longer. I just heard that 2 more witnesses have come into the fold. Now, what more do you need?
Nothing more.
I can understand you're being stubborn, even pig-headed. But you cannot sit on this case any longer.
I agree.
Good. It's not even a question of personality. You agree?
Mm-hmm. I signed the Pomeroy papers this morning. They're on your desk.
Oh.
You were right about the case, but I had to wait until those 2 witnesses came into the picture.
Oh, no. Of course not. Well, you understand that I was pressing because I knew that those 2 witnesses would have to come forth sooner or later.
Well, as a matter of fact, they didn't come forth. I had to find them.
They didn't cooperate. You made them.
Yes, in a word.
Oh, well.
Would you like to sit down?
Yes. Dear, well, I don't quite know what to say. I suppose I have been a bit pushy, even unfair.
So have I. How about a truce?
Well, could I bring up some new business?
Anything.
This Alan Evans case, is it a murder?
No, you've been talking to Chief Paulson.
Well, we had a little chat.
Did he bring up the autopsy?
Something about digitalis poisoning.
All right. It doesn't have to be murder.
Suicide?
Possibly.
But not likely.
No. If it's suicide, we'll find out soon enough. If it's murder, I've got a handful of suspects.
You're a friend of the family's, aren't you?
Yeah. That's what makes it tough. Well, we should find out more in the morning. Which, leaves us with tonight.
What's happening tonight?
How about a formal signing of the truce? Stephanie?
Are you inviting me to dinner, Mac?
I am.
I accept.
Good. 8:30, my house.
Why not?
Good. I have an appointment. I'll walk out with you.
Uh-huh. Well.
Lydia,
Oh, hello, Mac.
I'm sorry to bother you, but I have to ask a few questions.
Yes, it's perfectly all right. Please sit down.
We're just here to contribute whatever help we can.
Thank you. I realize this is all very unpleasant.
Can I get anybody anything?
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Mark, have your people completed the autopsy?
Horace, you have a heart condition, haven't you?
Yes.
Do you take medication for it?
I do.
Did you tell us?
Well, as a matter of fact, yes, but what's the point of your question?
Alan Evans did not die of a heart attack. It was either suicide or he was murdered.
That's impossible.
I'm afraid it's not. He died of an extreme overdose of digitalis.
Just what are you implying?
You're not insinuating that Horace killed Alan Evans.
I'm saying that if Alan Evans were murdered, Horace had access to the drug.
Well, as a dentist, so have I.
Now, if you're accusing anyone here of murder, you better have a little more than coincidence to rely on.
I'm not accusing anybody of anything. Lydia, I want you to tell me about last night. What time Alan arrived, what you talked about, how long did he stay?
He dropped by around 8:30. And when he realized that Wes wasn't home, he had a drink and he left.
Alive and very healthy, I might add.
Was he here when you got home?
No, I told you he left before I got home. I told you that this morning.
Lydia, did he eat or drink anything else while he was here?
Just the brandy?
Yes, it's over here.
Don't touch that, Sergeant. I'm afraid we'll have to take that with us. Wes, at the card game last night, you got that phone call and then you left immediately.
It was an emergency. I ran to the office, that's all.
I see. Well, thank you. Sorry to bother you, Lydia. Horace?
Good day.
Sir, they're awful nice people, but... Well, that's it, sir.
But what was he talking about?
Nothing. Don't worry.
Wes, it does not make sense.
You look exhausted. Why don't you go lie down for a
I
while?
don't want to lie down.
Darling, do as he suggests. I want to talk to him.
Wes, I am very frightened.
Don't be. Everything will be all right.
Wesley, I want you to know something. I misjudged you. What you did last night was a very courageous act, and I'll never forget it.
I told you before I love her. I know what she'd have to face if the truth came out. I don't want to see her go through that.
Neither do I. Mac must never know Alan Evans died in this room.
He won't. Not if you and your son and I stick together.
If you're not going to finish yours, could I just...
Sure.
Oh. I know I'm making a fool out of myself, but I can't help it. This is delicious souffle. What does she put in it?
Oh, love potions, aphrodisiacs. She's a sort of chaperone in reverse.
Well, Agatha's a gem.
Like an uncut tourmaline.
Coffee. Oh, it's much too bright in here. Spoils the atmosphere. this, I'll toddle on to bed.
You've got it so dark in here, I doubt if you'll be able to find it.
You know what they say about going to bed? Where there's a will, there's a way.
Well, it's a real famous saying, all right.
I see what you mean.
Now, would you like to have some coffee in here? Or would you like to have some cognac by the fire?
Which is more romantic?
Yes.
We wouldn't want to disappoint Agatha now.
Of course not. Thank you. How do you like that?
I don't.
What do you think we should do about it?
Let it ring again.
Shall I get it?
No, I'll get it. Excuse me.
Sorry, sir. I know it's a terrible thing to come up to somebody's house in the middle of the night and bang it on
Some
the door.
countries, it's known as police terrorism.
But Lieutenant Enright told me to do this.
Do what?
This. Here. He wanted you to see this before anybody else got a chance. You know, like the chief or the deputy DA. What? I really... Could this... Good evening.
What is it I'm not supposed to see?
Oh, it's the Alan Evans case. Lab report.
Oh? Well, that just about wraps it up, doesn't it?
I'm not so sure.
Why not? You have definite proof of a crime, the motive and the method.
Yeah, something about it still bothers me.
Well, it wouldn't bother me. I'd issue a warrant right away.
I know, but you're not the police commissioner.
Oh, you mean it's so complicated I wouldn't understand.
I didn't say that.
But you implied it.
You're not. We're not going to start that again, are we?
No. We're stopping. Thank you for a lovely dinner. Good night.
But,
You see? Now, why don't you go on and walk?
Walk her to her
Yes.
car? Okay. I'm sorry, sir. I'm very sorry.
Hi.
Hi.
Is Dr. Corman in?
When you put it that way, I'm sure he is. Doctor, Commissioner McMillan is here to see you.
Send him into my private office. I'll be with him in a minute.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome. Is there anything I can get for you, Commissioner? Coffee, anything?
I don't think so. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You looking at Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Poor guy. I really liked him. He never got here yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yes, he had an appointment here.
An appointment yesterday.
Yes. Just a filling.
Mac. Thank you, Francis.
Nice to see you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Mac, I owe you an apology.
For what?
I kind of blew my stack yesterday. Just the suggestion of anybody in my family being under suspicion just set me off, that's all.
I'm afraid it's more than suspicion, Wes. The lab examined that bottle of brandy. It was filled with digitalis. And the only fingerprints found on the bottle were Lydia's.
Are you trying to tell me that Lydia poisoned him and then put the bottle back on the bar? Well, that's ridiculous. No, he must have killed himself. It just had to be suicide.
A man doesn't make a social call and pour digitalis into somebody else's brandy bottle in order to commit suicide. Now, the amount of digitalis found in that body was enough to kill him in less than 2 minutes. If, for some unfathomable reason, he poisoned himself in your house, how could he then get into his car and drive 6 miles before he dropped dead? He died right in your house, and I think the body was moved.
Lydia is no more capable of murder than she is of moving the body of that 200-pound man.
Somebody else did that. We better take a ride downtown.
Downtown?
Lydia is being held for questioning.
Why would I kill him? I loved him. I'm sorry, Wes.
Doesn't matter. The fact is, Mac, I've known about another man for some time. I just didn't know who.
Lydia, you and Alan Evans were alone in your house last night, weren't you?
You don't have to answer that, Lydia, if you don't
No,
want to.
I want to. I don't have anything to hide anymore. Monday is Wes's night at poker. The maid leaves at 6. And Alan usually came over for a few hours.
And?
We talked. And then I offered him a brandy, and he sipped it. And he just seemed to fall over. I called the doctor, and he wasn't in, so I phoned Stephen, my brother. And he said he would be right over. And he told me to call Wes.
That's when you left the card game?
Yes.
And Horace?
By the time I arrived, he was already there.
Mm-hmm. And then? You moved the body, didn't you, Wes?
I had to, Mac. I had to. Horace took Lydia upstairs, and Stephen and I did the rest. We found a deserted stretch of road, and I drove Alan's car into the creek. I moved his body into the driver's seat, wiped off my fingerprints, and I put his hands on the wheel. Look, I know it was the wrong thing to do. I thought I was doing the right thing. I just had to assume that he died of natural causes. And what was the harm of getting the body out of the house? It just seemed like a logical thing to do at the time. I was worried about Lydia, what a scandal like this would do to her, and Horace, what this kind of scandal would do to him.
Lydia, you said you gave Alan some brandy. Did you drink any?
I don't drink.
I see. I'm sorry, Lydia. I'm going to have to book you.
We didn't discuss this. I'll have you out on bail right away.
Don't worry about a thing, darling.
I'm all right.
I'll speak to you later, darling. Don't worry about a thing. All right? What about me, Mac?
Technically, you're accessory to the crime. Actually, you didn't know anything about it, so I'm going to hold off for a while on you.
I appreciate that. I'm going to locate Horace, bring him up to date.
I want to speak to you.
All
And
right.
I'd like a copy of that tape, Mac.
Right.
You think she did it?
No. At least not alone. Sherwin?
Yeah.
I'm Commissioner McMillan. Remember me?
Oh, sure, yes. How are you, Commissioner?
I'm fine, thanks. Quite a beauty you have here.
Yeah, it's the love of my life.
I called your office. They said you'd be out here.
One of the advantages of being a stockbroker in California, your afternoons are free. Because the disadvantage is you have to get up with the sun.
Could you spare me a few minutes?
Of course. Wes called. I'll be glad to do anything I can to help.
I'd like to know more about last Monday night.
It was a nightmare. Lydia was hysterical. Dad was close to shock. Quite frankly, I don't remember being too coherent myself. Wes was the only one who kept his cool.
Your father was there when you arrived?
Yeah.
Wes, quite a guy. Comes home, not only finds his wife's lover, but he's dead. I'd have been pretty upset.
Well, Wes is the kind of guy, excuse me. Wes is the kind of guy, keeps himself on a pretty tight rein. But, under fire, he was all right. He was calm, he was in control.
How involved are you in your father's business affairs?
Quite a bit. I handled a medical firm's portfolio.
Healthy?
I'm very conservative with my father's money.
What about Wes?
Wes isn't really big in the stock market. He prefers more speculative ventures.
He does well?
He's had his setbacks.
Is he solvent?
I think Dad's lent him quite a bit of money over the years.
How much is a good deal of money?
I really don't know the exact figure. I'm sorry.
Has he paid your father back?
I don't really know. What are you after, Commissioner?
Other than Lydia, I have two obvious suspects.
Who are they?
You, your father.
I resent that.
I'm not accusing. I'm just searching for possible motives.
Listen, Commissioner, all I can tell you is the man was dead when I got to the house. If you want any more than that, I suggest you contact Richard Valentine.
All right, Stephen. I'll see you again.
He's getting coffee.
What did you find out about Evan's answering service?
Oh, I was just gonna come down to tell you, sir.
You having trouble?
Yeah, the thing took my last quarter.
Okay, let me try.
Thank you. I talked to the lady that takes Evan's phone calls.
Mm-hmm.
She said that he checked in around 4:30 that day. She said he sounded bombed.
Bombed?
Yeah, you're all boozed up.
What's my money?
Yes, sir.
Doesn't make any sense. He had a newscast at 6 o'clock. Why would he get drunk an hour and a half before airtime?
Well, sir, I don't know, sir. That's what it would take for me to broadcast.
Hey, wait a minute. The other day you said I sounded like I was bombed.
Well, yes, sir, but that was from the dentist's office.
Yeah, from Procaine.
Right.
Get somebody to fix this. I'll be right back.
Right, sir.
Okay. Ah! Oh,
Wes?
Oh, hi, Mac.
You don't mind?
No. I hide out in here one day a week, try to catch up on some of this work.
What you got there?
It's a porcelain jacket, similar to the one you have, as a matter of fact. What can I do for you?
I'd like to ask you about this parking ticket stub.
Yeah?
It was issued to Alan Evans.
Alan?
I had it checked at the garage. It was issued to him at 1:27 Monday afternoon. Now, what bothers me was that he wasn't due for his dental appointment until Tuesday afternoon.
Well, it's a pretty big building. It's full of doctors and lawyers and accountants. He could have been visiting somebody else, I suppose.
He could have, yes. But he didn't. I had that checked.
Oh?
What bothers me is that you purposely left a trail leading back to your own house.
Mac, what are you trying to say?
After you drove Evans' car into the creek, you turned off the lights, put the gear shift lever into park. Then you planted these on him.
I did?
Not a single match was used.
Well, he probably didn't get around to using them, that's all.
Didn't have to. There was a filled cigarette lighter in his pocket.
Mac, Evans visited my wife every Monday night. She admitted that. He could have picked up those things weeks ago.
I'd buy that if this was found in his jacket pocket, but it wasn't. It was found in his shirt pocket. Now, if he's like anybody else, he changed his shirt every day.
Are you suggesting that I deliberately left those matches on Alan, knowing that the police would investigate, find poison in the body, and then dump the whole thing back on Lydia? In other words, I framed my own wife?
Not in other words. In those words.
Then you also have to believe that I murdered Evans? Well, that's some kind of trick. How could I have murdered anyone when I was playing poker with you?
That I haven't figured out yet.
You gotta be joking.
I'm not.
Mac, this dinner was for the express purpose of starting truce number 2.
I know.
You're turning it into a platform, which doesn't bother me as much as the fact that you have nothing to go on.
Lydia did not kill Alan Evans. Now, if she goes to court, she's going to be convicted.
That's right, because there's a very strong case against her. Look, I have a responsibility in this, too. I'm supposed to be prosecuting.
But you'll be prosecuting an innocent woman.
But you brought her in. You're the one who built the case against her.
The case has changed, I told you.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Throw this whole thing out because the police commissioner has a hunch?
If it was your hunch, it would be called woman's intuition with a mystical validity.
All right.
It's injustice, that's all.
All right, let's just say that you're right. Everybody that was there that night has testified that Alan Evans was dead before Wesley arrived.
Wes is the only one with a motive, and I think that motive is money. Well, let's get out of here.
I don't know if I go along with your theory. Wesley Corman's a very successful dentist.
I know, but watch what happens when he kills her. Number 1, he gets rid of his wife's lover. Number 2, he gets rid of his faithless wife. And number 3, by staunchly supporting this same faithless wife, he becomes a hero in the eyes of his father-in-law, to whom I'll bet he owes a fortune.
Interesting, but it's still conjecture.
I know. Oh, I'm sorry. It's that brown sedan.
My God!
Wow. You hadn't stalled in handing me your ticket, huh?
Well, you guessed it, sir. We found a timing device, wiring, the whole bit.
Mac, who'd want to kill us?
Not us. Me. Sergeant, would you mind dropping us off at my house?
No, not at all, sir.
Thank you. Gesundheit.
Thank you, sir. Mayor?
I know a butch doctor with a remedy for that.
What's that, sir?
A fiery liquid, ancient and mysterious with powerful remedial qualities.
Sounds fantastic. What is it?
Chicken soup.
You got company, Commissioner. Doc Sherwin. He insisted upon seeing you. Gesundheit.
Oh, Agatha, do you have any chicken soup?
Have I got chicken soup? Come on, Sergeant.
Horace.
Oh, Mac, I've got to speak to you.
Horace, this is Miss Stephanie Bryant, Deputy District Attorney.
How do you do?
Miss Bryant, you might as well hear this, too. I killed Alan Evans.
Horace. You?
Yes.
Come on. Let's have a drink. Tell me about it.
Well, you see, that night I dropped by their house on the way from the club. I came in through the kitchen. When I arrived, I could hear an argument going on. It was Lydia and Alan Evans. They were in the living room, and she was trying to fight him off. So I barged into the room, and I told him to get out of the house. He refused. He told me to mind my own business. He said he was going to marry Lydia. That was what the argument was all about. See, Lydia was trying to back out of the relationship, and Evans would have nothing to do with it. Finally, he got very, very abusive. And I tried to strike him, and he just brushed me aside. Lydia tried to protect me, and he struck her. And he struck her again, deliberately, calculatedly. I just couldn't take it.
So you killed him?
Yes. I pretended to have a seizure. I asked Alan to get me some water, and I sent Lydia to get my medication. And while they were out of the room, I crushed up some digitalis capsules and put them in the brandy bottle.
Thinking that Alan would want a brandy after all this excitement.
Well, there was a half-empty glass on the coffee table when I arrived.
Why didn't you put it in the glass?
I did. I didn't want to miss a chance.
Horace, I don't believe you.
I tell you, I killed him. He was having an affair with my daughter. He was taking advantage of her. All I wanted to do was protect her.
You're still trying to protect her.
My daughter never killed that man.
I know she didn't, but neither did you.
You have my confession. I demand that you free Lydia immediately.
Horace, you're wasting my time.
I am telling you the truth. I insist you arrest me for murder.
All right. Then also an attempted murder.
I don't understand.
Well, if you're the murderer, then you placed a time bomb in my car earlier this evening. And because your timing was off, the car blew up before we could enter it. We're lucky to be alive. No, you didn't kill him. Neither did Lydia. That leaves two other people. Wesley and Stephen.
Well, not Stephen.
No, not Stephen. He wasn't there long enough to get near the brandy.
Wesley?
Wesley.
But how?
I don't know. But I do know that Alan Evans went into Wesley's office on Monday and had his teeth worked on.
Well, if you're suggesting that Evans was poisoned while he sat in that dental chair, that's absurd. Digitalis works fast. The man would have been dead right then and there.
I know I'm right. I just don't have any proof.
I'm sorry.
Mac, you better send the sergeant home to bed.
Right, before he sneezes us all into the hospital.
Well, what is that you're taking?
It's a pill. I took a pill this morning.
No, not a pill. You should take one of those time-release capsules. They work for hours.
What is a time release capsule?
Well, it's a slow-dissolving capsule with coated beads of medication inside that dissolve at different speeds.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Horace. Say that again.
It's a slow-dissolving capsule with coated beads of medication inside that dissolve at different speeds.
Horace, I know it's late, but could we look at some x-rays in Wesley's office? What's the matter?
Alan Evans came in to have a cavity filled, the lower left bicuspid.
Mm-hmm.
Not a thing was done to it.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. I know he was here. Lower left bicuspid. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see that autopsy report. Laceration inside lower right cheek.
Here he comes.
Well, double surprise. What's going on?
Mac wants a positive ID on some dental x-rays.
Is this going to end up another one of your accusations, Mac?
Are these Alan Evans x-rays?
Yes, they are.
I had a couple of them mounted so we could project them onto the screen to take a closer look.
Well, what's your point?
This case had me going in circles for a while. For example, why would Lydia kill somebody with poison brandy and then leave the bottle around?
Well, now, that is exactly what I've been saying.
She didn't. You did. Let's go back. Alan came into your office on Monday, and with the office staff out to lunch, you worked on his mouth. You knew he was going to visit Lydia that night. What a perfect setup. Just a little digitalis.
Okay, say Alan was here. How did I feed him a quick-acting poison that somehow didn't take effect for, what, 8 or 9 hours?
With this.
The medical gel?
You encased the poison in the gel, knowing the gel would dissolve slowly in his mouth 8 or 9 hours later, and while he was alone with Lydia. And while you were sitting at a poker game with a perfect alibi.
If it is an alibi, it is perfect.
Because Alan had to go to New York on Tuesday, it was simple enough to get him into your office on Monday. And with everybody out to lunch, who would ever know he'd ever been there?
So instead of filling the tooth correctly, I filled it with a poison glob of medical gel. Well, that's brilliant deduction, Mac. Brilliant. Except for one thing. Alan needed work done on his lower left bicuspid. And if you examine the postmortem x-rays, you'll find that no work was done at all.
Horace? This is the postmortem x-ray. And you're right. There was no work done on the lower left side. You gave me Procaine the other day. I bit my cheek and it left a gash. The autopsy report shows the same gash on Alan's cheek. He bit his cheek, too.
What is the point?
Well, I find that just a little bit odd because the gash was on the right side while the cavity was on the left. Now, why would you shoot Procaine into the side of the mouth that had no cavities? Obviously, you convinced him that some work had to be done on the other side of the mouth. Take a look. The x-ray before and after Alan's death. Before and after. Notice anything? That crown there? Lower right?
Obviously, it had been removed and put back. And very badly, I might add. Of course, you had no reason to be neat. Alan Evans would be dead in a few hours.
That crown showed traces of digitalis and a residue of medical gel. It worked like a time bomb. It's pretty consistent with his use of timing mechanisms, like the time bomb he put in my car last night. Oh, Wes, don't be foolish. Sergeant DiMaggio's right outside.
Yes, Doctor?
I thought you'd cover yourself. That's why I buzzed Frances in. She'll get us through. You too, Mac. Put your arms behind your back. Now walk very slowly.
No, Horace. Hold it, Max. All right. Slowly now. Slowly.
Hold it, Sergeant. Put your hands behind your back. Down the corner.
The stairs!
All right.
Wes, stop right there! DiMaggio, no! Wes, please. Don't make him do it.
All right, get him up. Come on. Higher, come on. Is it? God bless you.
I'll call.
And raise $2.
Hey, where's our seventh player, Mac?
Anytime.
I hate a six-handed game.
The way you play could be a two-handed game.
I need this abuse. Hey, Dick, can I sue for defamation of character?
You have no case.
Our seventh player.
I'll get it.
It's about time.
Oh? Uh-huh. 10s and 4s. Who's got
Who is he? Anybody we know?
Come on, all of them, all of
Let me
them.
have
We
the
want
card.
to see every card.
Sorry I'm late.
That's okay.
Sorry I'm late.
Abroad?
You noticed.
Move over, you guys.
For me?
Hi.
We're gonna play cards or smooch?
Welcome to the Monday night game.
Thank you. What's the buy-in?
$50, your deal.
Dealer's choice?
Of course.
It's been years since I played Old Maid.
instead. High low. Ooh, ace of hearts, ace of spades. Eight of hearts.
Này sao thế nhỉ, sao thế ít ít đổ bùm. Sao mày sao nó không quá rồi. Rồi cút xong cút. Meo 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 meo. Cái gì đấy, lò đắc bù bù làm mau vậy anh. Chuẩn không vậy. Thầy lái nha, thầy lái tốc độ cao xem con lái không. Từ từ mày ấy á, xít được. So ride a car in high speed đấy. Chuẩn không? Đây á, không được. Sợ tốc độ cao. Tốc độ cao đét mà. Rồi một lần, hai lần thứ hai, 300 lap à, 400 lap. Chuẩn không thầy? Chuẩn không? Chuẩn không? Chuẩn không? Chuẩn không? Ui tốc độ cao đấy. 378 lap cho 400. Này à, bắt đầu thua. Thua, bài khỏe đấy. 2299 á. Mày đấu sĩ á. Mình lấy vào mày méo ăn uống đầy đủ nhỉ? Thằng này được ăn uống đầy đủ. 2299 là phải không? Không. Tự động chuyển hóa bàn đấu. Đúng đi em.
Đúng.
Ô, phải chấm. Đây em. Full rồi.
Chuẩn bị ăn đi sao rồi.
Không biết. Ok thầy ơi, mai sẽ ride a cat. Lâu rồi, 15 phút. Well played bro. Mày lái luôn đấy, lái bình vua lái racing boy. Nhốt luôn, chết không? Ngồi đi. Đéo đi à? Vào nó kèm rất siêu linh. Đéo đủ mana để chết. Phải không? Cũng là khỏe rồi ra. Đánh bài gì với cả Nautilus 2. Cảnh vệ này. 3 cảnh vệ rồi. 4 cảnh vệ. Cảnh vệ 2 luôn. Mình biết. Tưởng ra cái gì á? Có cảnh vệ à? Ui, bài này đánh as cảnh vệ nhở? Hóa cung xanh à? Được phết. As cảnh vệ. Nó thì lướt này. As cảnh vệ rồi. Đánh chung bài 4 tranh. Cảnh vệ as cảnh vệ thì sẽ là phần đâu rồi? What the hell? Catlin đâu? Đây. Đây. Thôi cái sao mình nhớ mà, kệ đi. Cứ cho cảnh vệ vào đã. Mùi gỡ, mùi gỡ. đẹp. Cung xanh này, vô cực rồi. Cung xanh vô cực với cả cuồng đao à? Dấu có cuồng đao, xịt quá. Chắc là chìm quá rồi, chắc thế. 82 máu à? Trốn nhỉ? Sẽ một chút trốn đấy. Mình sẽ lái cái này trước. Ok. Tốc độ cao đét. Ok được rồi. Cảnh vậy à? Có nhà đánh sự danh hóa này thằng đấy át à? Chưa ai cái quả át à? Cái đánh lắc này cũng không phải thôi, không ai át thì lụ. San mà xin ra chơi lắp tổ xin ra tạm đi. Xin la ra tỷ đấu sĩ này mình mà đánh thì nhầm trở thành đấu sĩ tiếp và làm tỷ ấy. Đấu sĩ ạ, quỷ đéo chịu được mà anh đã stop rồi, có thấy không? Anh nhầm ui tí nó xóa. Tí thầy nhót này mà bình tĩnh tự tin và tự tin bịch rồi bài cái nổ bùm luôn mà sự là khỏe đấy, nhưng mà thầy xây bài ấy, mình chia sẻ có xa ra hả? Huracan
আব্বা আম্মা যদি তোর ছোটকালে জানতো তোর হাইটের লগে তোর গাদামির হাইটটা একটু বাড়বো, তাহলে নিজ দিয়ে এমনিতেই 6 ইঞ্চি কেটে দিত, তোর আর গাদামি বাড়তো। শুন, আব্বা আম্মা যা বলে তা কর, বিয়েটা কর, আর আমার রাস্তাটা একটু ক্লিয়ারটা কর।
ও, আমি তোমার পথের কাটা না? তোরা কেউ চাস না যে আমি পড়াশোনা করে এই নিজের পায়ে দাঁড়াই?
তুই তো নিজের পায়ে দাঁড়াস নাই, তুই তো আমার কাঁধের উপর ভর করে দাঁড়াই আসছিস। এই আসো। এই কি তোরা সকালবেলা এরকম কাঁদতেছিস কেন? আব্বাও কাঁদতেছে, আম্মাও কাঁদতেছে। কিছু আম্মা কি সকালবেলা কি সিরিয়াল দেখা শুরু করছে? তাহলে কিছু চুরি হয়েছে বাসায়? কেউ মারা গেছে? কেউ কি মরার আগে হসপিটালে অ্যাডমিট হয়েছে? তাহলে কি হয়েছে? সবাই এরকম আয়োজন করে কাঁদতেছে কেন?
বাবা মা বলতেছে আমার নাকি পড়াশোনার দরকার নাই, ধান থাকলে নাকি ধানের মাঝে চিটাও থাকে, আমি নাকি চিটা।
হ্যাঁ, তাহলে তো ঠিকই বলছে। আর তুই কখনো দেখছো আব্বা আম্মা পোলাপানের সাথে মিথ্যা কথা বলে?
ভাই কি ওই কথা কইছে? কইছে আমার 1 মাসের মধ্যে বিয়ে করা লাগবে, বিয়ে করে 9 মাসের মধ্যে বাচ্চা পয়দা দেওয়া লাগবে।
মাত্র 9 মাস টাইম দিছে? তুই তো নির্ঘাত ফেল করবি। মানে তোর যে পড়াশোনার কন্ডিশন, তুই 9 মাসের সাথে তোর আরো মিনিমাম 4 মাস টাইম দেওয়া লাগবে, তারপর যদি 12। আচ্ছা, দোকানদাররা অবশ্য নতুন যারা বিয়ে করে তাকে চেয়ার দিকে তাকায় থাকে 2 পয়সা ইনকামের জন্য, তোর দিয়ে সেটাও হবে না। তুই চিন্তা বাদ। হ্যাঁ বল।
তুইও
কি?
আমি আগে সন্দেহ করছিলাম তুই আমার মায়ের পেটের ভাই না। মায়ের পেটের ভাই হলে তুই এরকম করে কথা বলতে পারতি না। তোর আমার না কোনো মিল নাই, না আছে স্বভাবের মিল, না আছে চরিত্রের মিল, না আছে তোর নিজের চেহারার মিল, গায়ের কালারের মিল, কোনো কিছু মিল নাই। বাইকটা
শোন, আব্বা আম্মা যদি তোর ছোটকালে জানতো তোর হাইটের লগে তোর গাদামির হাইটটা একটু বাড়বো, তাহলে নিজ দিয়ে এমনিতেই 6 ইঞ্চি কেটে দিত, তোর আর গাদামি বাড়তো। শুন, আব্বা আম্মা যা বলে তা কর, বিয়েটা কর, আর আমার রাস্তাটা একটু ক্লিয়ারটা কর।
ও আমি তোমার পথের কাঁটা না, আমি তোমার জীবনের বাধা। তোরা কেউ আমার ভালো চাস না, তোরা কেউ চাস না যে আমি পড়াশোনা করে এই নিজের পায়ে দাঁড়াই।
তুই তো নিজের পায়ে দাঁড়াস নাই, তুই তো আমার কাঁধের উপর ভর করে দাঁড়ায় আসছিস। শোন, আমি তোর ছোট ভাই হিসেবে চাই তুই আব্বা আম্মার কথাটা শোন, তুই একটা মাসের মধ্যে বিয়েটা কর, আমি কবজি ডুবায়া তোর বিয়ার কাচ্চি খাবো, বুঝছস? এই আসো।
Nhầm buổi tía nó xóa ha ha. Tía thầy nhót. Tía thầy nhót này mà bình tĩnh tự tin và tự tin. Bình. Bởi bài cái nổ mồm luôn mà sự là khỏe đấy. Nhưng mà thầy xoay bài ấy, bình chia sẻ. Có sa ra hả? Có Rakan. Chọn nó vậy. Át này, binh. Xong. Là át luôn mà. Sao có xin ra ấy, nhưng mà anh đéo dùng rồi. Ui, xét này. Xét đây là bài cảnh đệ đẹp đéo chịu được. Không sao, thầy ơi. Bay cho đời. Quay đều, quay. Ui, con lắc rồi sao cút. Mày đi. Xong rồi có át rồi. Ngày đánh bài va vẫn. Sao ra còn bài đẹp phết. Định mạnh cái xét này. Ui, bình điết. Xét là mình sẽ thiếu là một cái cung mà. Cung một con Kizana hoặc là một con Nautilus. Đây là cái thú tượng. Đây cho in lao. Bắn cung không? Bắn cung lấy đồ cho át trước đi thầy. Ui, rồi xong nhặt nhầm đồ. Ha ha. What the hell man. Nhặt nhầm đồ. Thế mà cũng phải lái xe. Đùa tao à? Đùa tao không vậy. Thế mà cũng một cộng một ending trồn ngủ không? Trồn thầy không? Cinderella này cút, có một cút, đéo hiểu. Nhặt ngu đấy. Ngu đấy. Rớt ở đây. Rồi xong. Sao có thằng này đây nhỉ? Thì vậy có ai mà lại có cái thằng này ở đây nhỉ? Đúng rồi. À, đủ bốn rồi mà, cút. Nè. Xong. Chịu rồi, nhặt nhầm đồ, lỗ tắc ngủ nó mau nhỉ? Rồi xem đi. Thầy ơi, không ai nhận được cái gì? Cho nhận không? À đây. Vòng quay may mắn, vòng quay vô cực. Anh 2 vòng à? Quay đều ra cái pet đỏ ấy đi, ra cái pet đỏ đó. Đi ra qua. Đi quay được vào pet Omega. Chịu rồi, tí vào lừa tao. Đi qua mà trồn, lại đi qua. Trồn tố bố. Đi trồn tao, đi xin à? Đi xin chuẩn không vậy? Rồi xong, bình. Xong, thắng. Không thắng. Suýt thắng. Quả phe bắn được phết nhưng mà suýt thắng thôi. Thầy bay tốc độ cao ấy. Bay tốc độ cao luôn. Sợ cái gì. Cút. Bắn này phải. Có cái ấy này. Có cái đấm cho xét bình. Đây cho mày gỡ đồ của thằng này ra. Gỡ đồ thằng này và cho xét thực sự bình không? Nó cầm cái này vẫn được. Nhưng gỡ đồ nó ra cho xét à? Được trai nhở? Ui, trai điếc. Giảm hưu nhở? Có hưu này, giảm hưu này. Mày hưu bố gái. Giảm hưu luôn. Át à? Ê, trùng bài nha. Sao ngày tiên nhận át làm chí? Có đánh bài tớ không? Có đánh này át. Nó choáng, nó lắc có choáng. Có chịu đấy. Thôi thua. Át con lắc có choáng thì có chịu đấy. Đéo thua. với Amumu à? Con lắc át là bạn yếu nhỉ? Át 1 của mình là tích lỗi tại lâu ấy chứ. Thua. Đi thắng, con Amumu khỏe quá. Có một đồ ăn. Có một đồ ăn sự khó đấy. Át này. Để chất 8 mà để nhét 4 đấy vào này. 8 là cần cho con mỏi, chất 9 thì con sinh ra xong. Sinh ra vào nữa. Định mệnh. Đúng rồi, định mệnh. Sinh ra vào bình. Định mệnh sư. Rồi bay tốc độ cao, anh ác quỷ mà, anh hóa ác quỷ lobby World 2. Rồi chỉ gọi anh là bố. Anh là bố của lobby World 2. Ai à? Một đồ ai à, rồi một đồ ánh sáng. Cùng đao không? Cùng đao. Ui. 20% tốc đánh là truy sân phá à? Nghe không? À đây không cần đâu. Ôi trời ơi. Thôi xong rồi. Mong là có bắn được ra. Biết nháy mà mong là bắn được ra. À đấy. Phải thủ tượng. Mong có bắn được ra. Anh lỡ nhặt nhầm rồi. Không có 36 máu chứ. Đầu 3 tổng 9 à? Nếu biết sống không? Rồi, anh được 382